So, let's get right into this. Back a long time ago, 5th century BCE to be correct, there was this guy, Democritus, he was kind of a scientist. He said that things were made of smaller things, they could be combined into bigger things. No one really cared, and it was just kind of stepped on and forgotten about, and no one cared. A few years more passed, and some other philosophers and scientists like Galileo, Newton, Boyle, and Leviosa. More important was this dude named Robert Boyle. This guy made a book, probably not heard it, it's called The Skeptical Chemist. This book pioneered the earliest hypotheses of chemistry and the earliest idea of the atomic theory. This then led to our BFF, John Dalton, coming over to The Skeptical Chemist, taking a little thing or two from the book and taking it out and using it as his own. Maybe even lying, saying that he made it up. Just because John Dalton's a hack and, he kind of stole from somebody doesn't mean he may know a thing or two about chemistry. Because, he did kind of know some stuff that you might not know about. For example, he came up with an idea that all atoms can vary in different sizes and shapes and all that other stuff. But it doesn't mean that they have a good personality, Still talk to them or something. Don't listen to me. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. Mr. Dalton also came up with the idea that chemical reactions can result in their rearrangement. Whoa! Ain't that rad? But no one cared. Because everybody was busy dying, or they were too busy, or they were in a religion or in a cult. Which, nobody really wanted to do with science, because science is boring. Ain't that right? Woo! And then boom! The end of the 18th and the beginning of the 19th century happened, and people were like, yo, did you know that there's a thing called gold? And, it's really hard to find, so maybe we could, turn basic metals into gold. That didn't really end well, because nobody actually did. But one dude decided that, what if I just take a ton of my urine and just store it and then boil it? That would totally make gold, right? No, it didn't. It actually made phosphorus, which was, cool for him, but he boiled a ton of his pee. I don't know how to think about that. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. John Dalton, the absolute Chad. Besides pioneering the early ideas of the atomic theory, like that each element is composed of atoms of a single unique type, he also said that an atom can't be transformed in any normal means. The only way you can transform it is by really tiny little chemical reactions to split them apart. But it's not easy. Back to the other topic at hand. The 19th century. Without the boiling of urine, of course. There was a man called Ernest Rutherford. And he was playing around with some gold foil and some highly double-charged helium ions, as everybody does. But Rutherford saw that the helium ions would bounce off of the gold foil instead of just going through the gold foil. This made Rutherford come to the conclusion that, maybe nucleuses of atoms could possibly be positively charged. Because, positive and negative, and positive and positives bounce off of each other. Because that's how science and magnets work. And then, soon-ish, sorta, after that, I know I'm kind of bumping around on each side like, a greasy man's hands at a hot dog eating contest or something like that. But, chemistry's cool, Anyway, science at that time was becoming a bit of a norm. Why? 'Cause war! The chopper! So this was kind of a good and bad part of science, I guess, because people were getting more into science, but it was about blowing up people and making little bombs and putting gas and all that stuff. But whatever. But in these trying times, this man, this absolute unit, none other than the Danish doughboy, Niels, my boy, Bohr. This man smacked open the science doors and said, you know, atomic structure is cool, but what else is cool? Space is cool, so why don't we make it look like it's space? Because I like space. And people were like, you know what? Sure, why not? And we kind of just went on from there. But that's our homie, Neil Bohr. And you know, Niels Bohr, he leaves. And then, right before he leaves, this man, this Chad, smacks him across the face and says, sit down, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. And while he walks in, freaking flares going off and sirens and there's a strobe light and there's dancers and fireworks and the Smash Ultimate themes going on. It's like, a new player has entered the arena. And it's like, completely new idea. This dude, he's so much of a Chad. Absolute Chad. It's even in his name. James Chadwick. This man found something, you know, you might have heard about. Oh, it's called the Neutron. You know, like Neutron. Me waking up on Saturday mornings and watching Jimmy Neutron and wasting my life away. Anyway, he found this out like an elder scientist, as old people should, playing around with gold foil and atoms, as all scientists should be. What he was doing was he was playing around with some atoms and some gold foil, and he noticed that some of the atoms would kind of stay and be like, because the nucleus is negatively charged, maybe because of magnets, they combine together because negative and negative combine together. This, in turn, he was like, make them a neutron. And then he came up with the neutron, which completely just blowed everyone's mind about how science is and how things work. And just like, whoa, things go around the nucleus and they're negatively charged. And this means that, like, different elements could mean different things and could be used in different ways. It's completely new stuff that nobody knew about. And now it's just like, you know? And oh man, it was so great and it was amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video about one topic that is very near and dear to my heart. Well, two topics. History and chemistry combined into one. Please, I'm going to thank everyone that has helped me, including my amazing partner that made me, that made me use this audio setup, Victoria. She also is in one of your chemistry classes. So, thank you. And I'm going to be posting this on YouTube because I have nothing better to do with my life. And hopefully I get a good grade. Bye.